Hi, I'm Dan Pinto, CEO and co-founder of Fingerprint, and today we're answering the internet's most searched questions about fraud. First question, why is online fraud getting worse? So AI tools have dramatically lowered the barrier to fraud. At the same time, businesses are under pressure to create faster and more frictionless experiences. So they're left with a very tough choice. Do they step up fraud controls and create more friction, which could frustrate customers? Or do they loosen controls and risk losing more money to fraud? Question number 2, what data do fraud prevention tools actually use? Modern fraud prevention should be adaptive because fraudsters move fast. For example, device intelligence detects network anomalies, login velocity, and other real-time signals to assess whether a session should be trusted. Question number 3, how do fraudsters bypass authentication checks? So most authentication flows were designed for a simpler internet. Today's attackers use AI bots, residential proxies, device emulators, and many other techniques to automate around traditional defenses. The problem is that most businesses are still using the old approaches to attempt to stop new fraud tactics. Question 4, why do fraud tools block real users? That's a great question. Because most fraud systems still force companies into a bad trade-off between account security and a seamless user experience. If we block too aggressively, you get more false positives, frustrating legitimate users. Reduce friction too much, and attackers get through. The best fraud prevention should increase trust without making real customers jump through hoops. Last question, how can companies detect fraud in real time? So the biggest shift happening right now is moving from reactive fraud prevention to continuous trust evaluation. For example, retail companies need to evaluate risk throughout an entire session, not just at the point of transaction. Because by the time a fraudster makes it to the transaction step, it's usually too late. Those were the internet's most searched questions about fraud.